A Soviet ship, lost in 1953, has mysteriously reappeared after 70 years. That's right. This ship was gone for 7 decades. Then out of nowhere, it washed up on Japanese shores, completely unchanged. The paint, the machinery, even the flags were untouched by time, as if it was abandoned just yesterday. But there was no crew to be found. All they found was a captain's log. The final entry reads, "We are no longer here, but we still see ourselves staring into the dark." How did the ship return after 70 years? And if it did, what came back with it? This is the story of the Mary Celeste, only this time it's real. In October 1953, the Soviet ship named the MV Genya was sailing from Vladivostok to Japan with a cargo of timber. It was carrying a crew of 21 men. But a violent typhoon suddenly struck the area, causing waves as high as 33 feet. When the storm hit, the ship began to crack. Water started pouring in through the holes, and the crew quickly realized that the ship was going down. They sent out a distress signal, but due to the intense storm, no other ships could come to their aid. As the ship took on more and more water, it became clear that there wasn't going to be any rescue. The crew abandoned ship and set off in lifeboats, while others stayed behind trying to save what they could. But before long, all contact with the ship was lost. For several days, nothing was heard about the MV Genya or its crew. Then one day, a small fishing boat spotted one of the lifeboats in the distance. They pulled the exhausted sailors out of the water and offered them water and food. It turned out that the lifeboat had drifted almost 400 miles away from where the ship had sunk. But despite being rescued, 5 crew members were missing. The Soviet government conducted an extensive search but was unable to locate them. The incident was never officially explained, but many believe that the men had drowned, and that was the end of it. For the next 7 decades, nobody mentioned the ship again until one day in June 2023. The rusted hull of the MV Genya was discovered on a remote Japanese beach. It looked exactly as it had when it sank 70 years prior. What's even more bizarre is that it still had its cargo of timber, the same cargo that was on board when it sank. Even stranger, the ship still had its crew's belongings on board, including personal items, tools, and even lifebuoys. But the most eerie thing was the ship's logbook. It was found open to the last entry made by the captain, which read, "We are no longer here. But we still see ourselves staring into the dark." The Japanese authorities were baffled. How did the ship survive for 70 years at the bottom of the ocean without rotting away? And why did it suddenly reappear now? Some believe that the ship's reappearance is a sign of something sinister, like a curse or some other kind of supernatural phenomenon. Others believe that the ship's disappearance was actually a cover-up, like a secret military experiment gone wrong or a case of espionage. Maybe the Soviets sank the ship to hide something valuable or dangerous inside the cargo. There are also those who believe that the ship's reappearance is simply a mystery of nature. Maybe it was caught in an underwater current and moved without anyone realizing it. Or maybe it was carried by an ocean current and finally washed up on shore after all these years. Be it was a fluke, a once-in-a-lifetime occurrence that will never be repeated again. But one thing's for sure. The reappearance of the ship is a reminder of the power of the ocean and the mysteries that still remain beneath its surface. So what do you think happened to the ship, and why do you think it returned after all this time? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss another upload. Thanks for watching.